And welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that break, that duct tape, and I hope you're all ready for our grand finals of Sparkling Tuna Cup number 5.
Yes.
Oh god. And yeah, you know what's great? We're gonna have a new champion.
True or chance? Yes. Says secret code. Yeah. PVZ. So you're just seeing a bit of Korean dominance this time around. But here you go. How are you feeling going into the series?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited just because we will be able to crown a new champion. As you just touched on, typically here in this tournament, we have like either European versus Korean or European versus European for the grand final. So now we have things mixing up a little bit. Again, these players are taking advantage of the fact that a lot of players are still traveling because of Katowice. So now we'll see who is going to be our new Sparkling Tuna.
Indeed, indeed. And speaking of sparkling, this man in the bottom left position has been having some ravishing performances today. He is playing for Korea. He is teamless, hopefully not for long because he is nuts. It is Chance.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 Atmospheres LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing himself. What's crazy? Both these players are teamless, Chase.
And they're in the finals, like.
Someone pick him
seeing
up.
a theme here.
It is true.
Oh my days. We have the low ground gateway for our Protoss player, and we have the unnatural natural for our Zerg player.
Oh, that we do. Chances being a little bit annoying there with that probe, and I'm excited. I'm so excited to be able to cast this series. You know, True here on this channel, we're big fans, massive fans. He's kind of adjacent to the Cranky Ducklings in a way. We have a long history with him. He has a long history with Crank. I don't know if you remember this, but he actually used to live in the Axiom team house back in the day, and he's good friends with Crank. They used to have these Archon mode streams in English. It was a lot of fun. And it's great to have him back from military service.
Yeah, for sure. It's great always seeing these returning faces. Not only is it cool just seeing them play again, but also seeing how they stack up against you know, the newer kind of generations of players. And it's kind of, it feels a bit like they've got a, you know, they've got a reputation to hold up. They're one of the players who were at the top before they left, and now they have to show like they are still, you know, the top dog. And True, being in the final shows that. But against this young, hungry Chance player, you know, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think another interesting aspect as well is that True, he found a lot of, back in the day, he found a lot of success, and he won a lot of tournaments in the foreign scene. If you remember, he was one of those Korean players who traveled, went abroad, lived in America. He was a part of the WCS Premier NA circuit. And because of that, he didn't really compete too much in GSL. Especially towards the end of his career. So because of that, there's always been like almost like a stigma surrounding like the foreign like Korean players like Tasia and Bomber, and it's like, you know, how good are these guys? And now we're seeing him finally return to Korea and compete in Korea, and we'll see if he can shape up to the old school Kespa Koreans, right? Like your Trap, you know, like your Maru.
That's right. It's not going to happen straight away because, as we know, StarCraft is a difficult game that takes a lot of adapting. But just the fact that True is already, was he 6K on Korea already? The fact that he's been back for just under 2 weeks and he's doing that well, it looks promising for the future, which is not something you can say a lot with a lot of older players, because True is a veteran. But yeah, on the opposite side of the spectrum, we've got Chance. He's been around for a while, but he hasn't really established himself. I guess recently he's been starting to do quite well there. So it'll be interesting to see how the two opposites, you know, kind of collide. If True is able to keep the game sense and the kind of the mechanics. His mechanics won't be as good as they used to be, but how he manages to integrate all these things to go up against a player who we've seen is playing very, very well so far in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. Chance, a more up-and-coming Korean player. He hit 6K himself, but a couple of weeks ago for the first time. So he's still like on the up and up. He's still on the rise. He's still learning. He's still growing as a player. And he, of course, we love StarCraft, and he wants to dedicate his time. He wants to try and make it as a professional. Like, he's one of the players who he still hasn't qualified for a GSL, I don't think, for example. Like, he's still that new. So can he do so? So far, at the start of the year, he's looking pretty good. Can he win an online tournament? That's the next big step for him. And we'll see how he does as he opens up with not just one, but 2 oracles. 3 oracles. Oh my god. Sorry, 2 oracles.
Coming in the main base here. It looks like he's going to get a couple drones again. As we said last time, we saw Chance playing against a Zerg player. Oh no, it was
3 point.
Art, correct? 3 point. That's it. Yeah. 2 queens here does not guarantee your base is safe against a player as good with the oracles as Chance. These adepts also being very annoying, and I think the first thing immediately we're going to see these adepts sliding into the main layer, and there's not many lings. There are lings, but they don't have link speed yet.
Yeah, Link Speed is finally going to finish up, but the damage has been done. 3 drones have gone down, and a lot of Lings were made, actually. Oh my god, true. Arguably overmaking Lings, but now he has to make use of them. But look at how fortified this third base is.
That's right, and normally when you overmake Lings, like, there's avenues to be aggressive with them, but in this case, Protoss securing the third base, choke points against Lings that thrive on surface area, and air units that don't even shoot, they can't shoot up, so this is definitely not great for True at the moment, and it's reflected in his work account so far.
Yeah, exactly. He's lost a lot of drones to get to this point in the game, but he has survived until this point. And he's doing whatever damage he can. He caught 2 transferring probes from the natural to the third base. Could even get a third, so he's doing some damage, but I don't know if he's doing enough here.
Yeah, and here again we see the hallmark of a really good play. Actually, this Void Ray gonna get pushed away by this Queen, and this Oracle does barely survive the 2 Oracles in the main with 2 drones going down. Will this Queen get pushed back?
Yeah, it will be pushed back a little bit here. The second Oracle rocks up as well to try and focus it down. It looks like, the Queen is barely able to... Oh, no, not even!
Oh, it does have transfuse energy, but True says no. He's saving it for more creep tuners. But in the meantime, these Lings getting caught as well. And, that is not a good move for True.
Yeah, all the Lings will get picked off. Quickly checking the units lost. That was 30 Lings. Look at the units lost. Jesus Christ. Saving grace is that True did kill that Void Ray, so he can get his 4th up and running, but he lost a lot to make that happen.
Yeah, that's right. And if we have a little look at how True utilized those Zerglings, he's making more Zerglings now, but he had enough Lings to kind of accomplish the task of getting the transferring probes, but he also had too many Lings for our Protoss player to kind of come out and clean them up. So, as we said, it's not great at making that many Lings, but he truly made the best of a difficult situation. And meanwhile, with this Warp Prism out now, the Spire about to finish for True, looks like things are going to be getting a bit dicey now.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, True is going for a massive Ling roundabout, but the Oracle is enough to force this back, and Chance is going for a massive push at the 4th base. I don't see a world where True can hold on to the 4th. He may not even hold on to anything because he just droned up.
Yeah, there's 2 Archons here, and at the moment, like, True, he's making 8 units. He can make even more, but it looks like his hand's been forced. He has to spend that lava on Leaky Roaches to survive this attack. Meanwhile, Ling's coming in, gonna try and sneak in a charge on, runs out of the position, but good block by Chance as well. Super Battery too, and it looks like there's chaos all over the map.
The Lings, they still don't find a way in. The Immortal does plug up that hole at the same time. That push is still not stopping. We have 3 Archons. Mutas aren't going to do anything against this. Maybe there are going to be enough Roaches, but oh my god, even the base on the left-hand side of the map for True is going down.
Yeah, it's incredible. And Chance, not only does he get the 4th base, but he gets the 3rd as well. This top base, which is True's last refuge, is going to get taken out. There's so many drones dying. These Zealots on fire. There's Zealots everywhere. Like, Chance is playing out of his mind. Wow.
Exactly. Warp Prism stuck into the main base. 25 drones have gone down. Finally, True reclaims control of his natural and his main. But what about his 5th base here? Also, the drones were falling. Finally, he cleans everything up, and he has to go on a counterattack. He has to try and end the game, but I just don't know if he can. He does have a decent amount of Roaches, though.
That's right. This is such a fortified position here at this third base. At the very least, he can cancel the fourth base of Chance, but maybe try and attack from a different avenue. This Phoenix already out because that's Stargate, and these mutas aren't going to be able to support this attack too well. I think this is looking very great for Chance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here we go, True. He's got to make something happen. He is up in supply because of those roaches. They do inflate it a little bit, but we'll see how they do. We'll see if even that Stasis Ward comes into play. At the same time, War Prism comes into the main again.
This is great. Chance recognizing where the army is, had desperate True situation in, dropping Zealots in the back, and these units that are rallying from eggs will be able to clean it up. And True looks like he's going to be pushing from a better angle here, and this is going to be a bit difficult for Chance with these low range Archons to deal with.
Oh my god, yeah, this is beautiful here for True. He immediately snipes one of those Archons, and now we really don't have too many shield batteries or cannons to defend from this position.
That's right, these Phoenix are uncontested, could pick up these Ravagers, so they'll have a chance to chase after them. Oh, some files going down. Warp Prism in the natural now. So Chance is being relentless with this pressure while defending, and it looks like True, he's managing to stabilize, but he's still on a low drone count and he's not making more.
Yeah, that's what I'm really concerned about. The drone count, not just the drones, but also the tech as well. True, he's stuck on Roach Ravager, which is maybe less than ideal. I mean, it's okay for the time being. He's actually catching this army in the middle of the map. Oh my god! Chance throwing away 2 of his Archons.
Yeah, wow, and these Phoenix managed to pick up a lot of these Ravagers, but Roaches, you know, if you get a good concave, they can just deal with it, and True is not stopping. He's cleaning up the walkers with the mutas. He's just going to go full on, so it's going to be up to Chance to defend these pushes.
Yeah, exactly, and Chance once again misrallying. One of his Immortals is going to get caught out.
Oh. 2 Immortals going to get caught out, actually. If he does catch that top Immortal, no, he's going to save it. It's like just... Oh, is it? Oh, no, this is Immortal.
No.
Actually, Muta's in the natural, actually, and it looks like Chance wants to hold this choke point. There's not many Ravagers or Force Fields light, but now it's starting to get stable. It's looking better for Chance.
Yeah, Chance is holding on. Like, he's been losing some high-tech units, but what's important is that True hasn't got into the mineral line. He hasn't really been able to punish the economy, but he's going to get another Immortal. Up, he wants it.
There we go again. His Phoenix actually starting to get quite low on energy as well. He's holding this choke again, True is, but this time there is 5 Immortals light, and there are 2 coming out as well. I don't think that he's going to be able to punch through at this Roach count, and this is Zealot run by to the 12 o'clock base to top it off.
Yeah, exactly. The Zealot run-bys, they just don't stop. There may not be a Warp Prism, but that doesn't stop the run-bys as more drones are going down. The Queens are forced off the line as well. And True, his push, earlier he was up like 40 supply, now he is down in supply. He has missed his timing. Trading well, getting a couple more Archons, but again, he's still just stuck with nothing but Roaches.
Yeah, that's right, and this is where the economy game starts to catch up to True. He's down a good 20 workers or so. He's actually down in bases. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's equal on bases. We just secured this 4th base, and that is GG. As he has nothing to stop that push. What a game, Light. That was exciting. Wow.
What a game. GG, well played. Chance does close it out there. True kind of being punished for his greed, like rushing into a Spire, rushing into mutas the way he did, really kind of left him vulnerable. He also was lacking in some map vision as well. He didn't see the army coming until it was hitting him in the face. And if you remember, up until that point, he was droning up. Like, he did not really have a standing army at the time.
Yeah, that's right. And I really want to kind of emphasize, Chance was really... At one stage, we had four skirmishes going on the map. You had True at the Lings at the natural of Chance. You had the Zealot run by at the top. You had the Warp Prism going to the main of True. Then you had the attack that killed the 3rd base. So Chance was really stretching True really thin. And that's especially saying something considering his army was a lot of Ling Bane.
Exactly. Like, that was very impressive there by Chance. Being able to pull apart a Zerg player is not an easy feat to accomplish. But he did it in game 1, and we're just scratching the surface of the ZvPs that we're getting tonight. We still have at least 2 more games to go. Can he close it out, or will his opponent fight back?
That is right, and I hope he fights back. I hope we're in for a good final series here. And here we go, spawning the bottom right position of Pride of Altaris. He is the player who took game number 1. He's currently teamless. For some reason, it is Chance.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pride of Altares LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing himself. Oh, but here in the grand finals, only down 1-0 in this best of 5, it is True.
Yeah, here we go. Interesting here by chance, going for the block on the gold base here, where Drew's actually going on the opposite side of the spectrum. He's going for a pool first to open the light.
Oh.
Looks like it was gas before pool. What do you expect to see in this situation? Even if throwing down a pylon. Maybe a bit of meta going on? Because True is heading there.
Yeah, I am a little bit shocked here as True is going across the map with his... Oh, sorry, he's avoiding the probe. Oh my god. It looks like he wants to go for the gold, but he will be met by the... Oh no, he gets the pylon!
Oh,
he doesn't
no.
let it finish!
And that's insane. And Chan's going to be kicking himself when he realizes True took that gold base.
Wow.
But I expect we're definitely going to be seeing link speed here. As we know,
Yeah.
the problem with taking these bases that's kind of far away is mobility, right? You got drones transferring. Adepts can kind of dance all over your units in between. So link speed is going to be really important for when he secures his gold base.
I just love the way that True, like, Chance is looking for a base right now because he didn't see the drone. Like, he's like, I came from the gold. I know that a drone didn't come my way, but because of the Overlord, True saw the probe and he was able to avoid the probe with his drone. Like, it was such high-level play. And now Chance, he's even checking his own gold. He's like, where is it? Where's the hatchery? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's right. And while this is going on, Chance will probably be feeling slightly uncomfortable because it could be a proxy hatch, it could be a gold base, as we find out soon. But it could just be like a one base layer, something crazy like that. So he's gonna scout it finally now, put himself at ease a little bit. But not what you want to see after canceling a a pylon block.
Yeah, it is a bit of a feels bad man moment. But now True is across the map with his lings because he did, of course, go for that pool first opening, and he's going to be able to get the pylon.
He's going to be able to sneak on in. Like, this is a really good timing here from True. He's going to get in the main base here.
Yeah, exactly. He opts not to go for the pylon. He wanted to get that scouting information instead, and he will get into the main base. Going to try and disrupt some mining. Does confirm the Stargate.
Yeah, and meanwhile, this Adept does force out a Spore and Extractor, but no drones lost, and Link Speed's about to finish. If True keeps his Lings alive a little bit longer, they could be a huge racket in this main base.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, True, he doesn't have this lined up with a Bane Blast. Baneling Nest is on the way, don't get me wrong, and more Lings. Oh my god, he's Ling flooding everything across the map, so maybe he can still find a way in.
He's doing it. Can you imagine if he keeps the Lings alive in time for the Bane Blast?
Yeah.
It looks like Chance is going for the full wall off, but that wall, that is a little bit susceptible to a certain unit light. I won't tell you which one, but True's going to be making them very soon.
True, Swarm hosts are going to be on the way, mate, and that wall is not going to survive. Let's go.
Such a troll, man. But yeah, the thing is, True's only going to really have one chance to kind of push at this. He's only got the one gas, so his Banelings, luckily for him, he doesn't have there's no sentry, but the Oracle is going to scout his Banelings.
This is a huge scout. The Oracle, he can focus down these Banelings as they roll on forward. I imagine Chance, you got to be on this. Chance, puppy.
Oh, looks like the Banes are going to be able to break through indeed.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not sure if there's enough Lings to really be, potent enough here. The Pro's buying time so the Oracle can get in position. And 3 Adepts and the Shield Battery, I don't think this is going to work like.
Yeah, exactly. True will not break into the natural base, but he dealt a lot of economic damage, and behind this True, he's got a higher drone count, he's got the gold base, he keeps it alive for now, so he's not in the worst position as long as he's able to keep the mining at this gold base undisturbed.
Yeah, that's right. Normally this is kind of a position that's not the greatest for the Zerg player, but luckily for True, he did take that gold base, and keep in mind it was an 8 mineral patch gold base, which means it is the same kind of base as a regular base, 8 patches. But this Oracle's going to be sharking around, and I really like the Void Ray choice here from Chance.
Oh yeah, we got a Void Ray on the way. We already have 2 Oracles on the map as well. We'll see what Chance can get done, especially because, okay, there is 1 Queen in the main. He's going to try and get some drones, and he will get 1. Oh, gets 2.
Yep, does take some hull damage there, but does back off to scout the Evo Chamber too. Likely to think, yeah, plus 1 melee is on the way, given a certain game state. Drew's got balls to the wall, man. He's saturated that gold base, and Chance is going to see that go through a stasis ward. Loses the Oracle just before that.
Yeah, being unfortunately a little bit too adventurous that Oracle was. It does go down before the stasis gets thrown down, and we'll see what True does with this, because he's gonna commit to Ling Bane, but he's up against Glaive Adepts.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Drew was supply block, 3 overlords coming out, but these adepts, they just snowball so quickly, like especially when your bases are so far apart like this, and that +1 melee's not going to finish in time for this assault. And meanwhile, behind it, looks like Chance can be taking a 3rd base.
Yeah, he is taking a 3rd base behind this. Meanwhile, 4 adepts are about to reveal themselves. True did make a wave of links, so he should be okay. He shouldn't lose too much, as it looks like he will try and get us around here. Oh, gets us around in the shade.
Indeed, Recall just managed to save 2 of these adepts. Keep in mind, however, Chance hasn't taken the gases at his natural base yet, so maybe expect to throw, yep, a lot of gateways being thrown down about now, and adepts as well. Glaive adepts going to be today's flavor of the day, I guess. These Lings could cancel this 3rd base.
Yeah, there are a lot of Lings, and +1 melee isn't done yet, but just the sheer number of Lings is far too much here. He will get a cancel on the 3rd. Nicely done by True. Meanwhile, Chance, he's got to get something else done. Oh, as he still continues to find more Overlords. 3 Overlords picked up. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. All these Overlords, like, not only do you lose the 100 minerals from the Overlord, but you need to make another Overlord too. And you get supply blocks. That's like 200 minerals of damage per Overlord. So Void Ray already paid for itself. And again, this is such an awkward position. I'd like to see True go for the triangle 3rd base. They're going to connect the creep, but before that can happen, Chance is going to be moving out.
Yeah, and because of the death of those Overlords, True does not see this coming. He does not have vision in the center of the map, in that pathway. He also doesn't have any Banelings, so he's going to have pure Ling against all these depths, but the Roaches are about to pop out.
Yeah, thankfully Roach is coming out, but unfortunately not on the edge of creep in time to meet the adepts, which means the Shade gets in and is aggressive. Lings come back, and meanwhile Chance is securing the 3rd base behind this pressure. He's going to be securing a lot of graves for these drones as well, it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. 3 drones go down for the time being. Not too much damage, I'll be honest. And again, the Roaches are going to be able to push these away, so the Adepts haven't really paid for themselves yet. We do have a couple more Adepts here at the gold base. Maybe with some focus fire, he can get some more drone kills. Well, as there it is.
So he will take 1. Keep in mind these are Glaive Adepts, so they can stand against Roaches a little bit more, but they want to be going for drones particularly. And True's army is looking quite big now, and Chance's 3rd base is actually starting to look a little bit exposed right now.
Yeah, and these Glaive Adepts, they were a little bit lackluster. 7 drones in total. Every single Glaive Adept just got cleaned up. So now True, he has his own map control. He is free to counterattack. And is there going to be enough defenses here at home? Depends a lot on the stasis.
A couple of Lings getting caught off there, throwing down another stasis as well. And interestingly, the approach Chance takes here, he probably won't hold the ramp because it's too wide. He does have some forceful energy, but preferably use it to break up the Roaches, adding the Lings away from each other. When Drew pounces in here, is he going to wait for these Lings to finish in the stasis, or what's going to happen?
He's going to try and dive in as... Oh no, he actually backs off. He doesn't commit to a fight, which I think maybe is a wise choice. But that does mean that Chance, he gets a 3rd. He's able to secure it.
Yeah, and Chance to secure his 3rd base. Pretty comfortable triangle 3rd base. Meanwhile, Drew is just taking his 4th and 5th bases, just sending creeping vision everywhere.
Jesus.
And it looks like he wants to tech into, yeah, +2 melee. And with that Bane Nest, you know, they could be seeing some potential like Bane. Serious Bane run-bys.
Yeah, Ling Bane Roach Ravager. It's something that we don't see too often, but Chance, for the most part, has been staying away from double Stargate openers. It just doesn't seem to be his style. We're not seeing it in this series or even against 3 points. So a much more ground-oriented composition from Chance. How well is that going to do against True? I mean, True doesn't have any Banelings ready or Baneling speed.
Yeah, it looks like Chance is moving out with a decent force here. Very aggressive blink, actually, forcing out a lot of Ravages from True.
Oh, the Overlords!
No, the Overlords are now 6 feet under. But if you take a look at Chance, he's got good vision everywhere. He's got an Oracle at the back of the main, always being a hassle. He's got this Void Ray as well, just chilling to the north of the triangle 3rd, and it looks like Chance wants to be aggressive on this base, but he's getting surrounded from behind. Like,
wow, the surround comes in, every single sentry gets picked off, GG gets called, and just like that, True fights back. He ties up the series 1-1.
Wow, did not expect it to go south so quickly. Because
Yeah.
that's the risk, right? When you're playing against a Zerg that takes a gold base and just pumps out like low tech units, you got to be careful, man. You got to watch out.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
especially when you open up wave adepts like that and you don't really get too much damage, right? Like after that, he just didn't have any other way to really assert himself onto the map. He just kind of gave it all up to True. True was able to get away with that gold base, right? Like we were talking about it. He didn't really get harassed at all there. He was able to just keep it running the entire time. That's a terrifying thought for a Zerg player.
it is, and the resource collection reflects that as well. And we saw it, even though True failed the Bane bust, scouted by the Oracle, he busted but didn't get any economic damage done. He still managed to just just macro out of it, and that's impressive. And you know, Chance might have some doubts in the back of his head. You know, I held a Bane bust, but I still managed to get out macroed quite severely. So hopefully it doesn't affect him too much as we go into game number 3.
Yeah, I think the good thing for this, though, is that Game 3 is going to be on Glittering Ashes, and there, correct me if I'm wrong, Chase, but I don't believe there's a gold base on this map.
You're wrong, mate.
There should be a gold base. There's gold all over the place. There's conveyor belts full of gold minerals, and there's no gold base. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but yeah, Glittering Ashes. I feel like okay, Glittering and the one that's not Beckett, Hardwire mixed up.
What are you talking? Mate, well, you think everything is Beckett at this point? What are you talking about?
I miss my Beckett.
That's true. It was your favorite map. Not wrong.
Okay. Spawning in the bottom left position, a Korean Protoss player currently teamless representing himself, him, and him. It is Chance.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the other teamless player, also hailing from the land of South Korea. He is a Zerg. He is True.
Here we go. Very early scout. Normally, yeah, you send your drone down at 35 seconds, but True's going to just go straight for it. So as a Zerg, what you do, you scout forward a little bit, see if the probe's going to come to block, then you can take your third without being delayed, but True's going to have to go, 18 hatch. Nothing big, but small victory for Chance.
Mm-hmm.
Low ground wall, Chance as well, very, very stock standard. Nothing too crazy. I don't think Chance is the kind of player to ever throw out a cannon rush, is he?
He doesn't strike me as that kind of player either. I mean, I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. I would love to see a more cheesy style from our Protoss, but again, we have plenty more games to see that. I mean, oh my god, we see surround, but the probe gets away.
Oh, this is when, as the Protoss player, you keep teasing, like diving between the drones. 'Cause the Zerg, the moment they're aggressive ones, he's gonna go make another trip around. But yeah, we got a Cybercore before Nexus, so the potential for tech a little bit faster, just slightly less economical, nothing big.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know, nothing really to write home about so far.
Yeah, right now I'm a little bit concerned because I was kind of, in a way, praising Chance, being like, oh, we haven't seen any double Stargate, Void Ray, we haven't seen too much Skytoss, this is great, this is different. But that may all change here. You alluded to it, he did get a much faster Cybercore, which could lead to a much faster Stargate opener here on Glittering Ashes, which, I mean, you can get away with that, but yeah, we'll see what Chance has in store for us in terms of tech.
Yeah, it can also allude to a tight Glaives build or something, because actually cancelling that Warp Gate, actually. Looks like he wants to go for the Stargate. Yeah, interesting. I guess he's hoping that True maybe isn't looking at something. But,
what? He's trying to juke at me.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say there's also that potential for tighter, because you get your Cybercore fast, you get Warp Gate faster, but cancelling the Warp Gate, I guess it shows his intentions, doesn't it? Like he's going for a Stargate.
Yeah, and we'll see when he stops when it comes to that Stargate production. Is it only going to be one, or will he throw down a second for the first time today, this entire tournament? Meanwhile, he's being a little bit annoying with this Adepti, just picking up a couple of lings here and there. No drone damage, not yet. Oh.
Yeah, and I want to say True's slightly supply blocked himself. It did kind of release when he got that third base finishing, but he's about to supply block again if he doesn't start another Overlord. And these Adepts are being a bit of a nuisance. Maybe he's a bit occupied at the moment, like, and yeah, there's the Overlord now.
Yeah, 2 Overlords in production. Meanwhile, True did go for a bit of a scout. He did confirm that it was, of course, a Stargate, that we do have an Oracle first, as it's headed across the map, so at least True does have that information going for him. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame that it did get a little bit of supply block there, as there was a lot going on. But again, I'm curious as to see if we see a Void Ray, which we do have coming up next, and what he throws down after he clears up this Overlord.
Yeah, and actually it used to be quite the meta, Oracle into Void Ray, because you kind of go in and do the damage with the Oracle first, and then get the Void Ray follow-up, which is a much safer kind of flexible unit. But we've been seeing in the meta, actually there's I'm getting a couple drones too so far. We have been seeing in the meta lately, like, players opening Void Ray to kind of make the Zerg feel a bit more comfortable, and then just jumping in there with the Oracle when it's unexpected. So Chance opting to go with the Oracle first, 2 kills, not the greatest, but keeping it alive, I think we had like 20 kills by the end of this game. Watch this space.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the biggest of deals getting 2, but we have a second Oracle, and once it joins up with the first, of course, we have that one-shot potential. We can ignore spores, and just like the previous games, we also have 4 Adepts coming across the map. I feel like Chance, he loves like this kind of like multi-prong aggressive style in these ZvPs. I mean, we saw him just straight up end the game against 3-Point in game 1. If you remember, he just won because of this. So it does seem to be his bread and butter in ZvP.
Yeah, that's right, and we see the Adepts are coming in. The multi-prong is being initiated. The Oracle's a little bit out of position, but he's going to force a reaction here. Maybe catch 1 or 2 drones and then shade away. No, he's going to cancel the shade, and True's caught a little bit out of position. He only has 3 Zerglings left.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, 3 drones have gone down. The Adepts are wreaking a little bit of havoc here. Oh my god, almost getting another drone. Up!
And these Adepts still staying, and the problem is it's so hard to get surface area for these Zerglings here between the mineral patches and roaches, and he's going to recall and probably save all 3 of them.
Oh,
Meanwhile, the Oracles dip into the 3rd.
Yeah, they dip on forward. Unfortunately, there wasn't any multi-prongs, so, True, he's dealt with one form of aggression, now he can focus on the other, and yeah, Chance doesn't take advantage of the chaos that was ensuing, because he was dealing that chaos, and it was also taking up a lot of his attention as well. So True does end up defending and doesn't lose too many drones.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're seeing a Spire come down from True here. So we saw in the first game, I believe it was the first game, it was a little bit risky. With the Phoenix being able to transition, so you want to hit hard and fast with mutas here. But we also see on the other side of the map, Chance, instead of double Stargate, which we kind of already knew, he's going for charge, he's going for +1 ground weapons, and it looks like he's going to be going for a, this muta switch could do some damage.
It really could, especially if it goes unscattered. So far, the Oracle did get a stasis ward in the main base, so a decent stasis ward there. Does get a handful of those drones. But what's important is that the Oracle did not scout the Spire, so he's still unaware. Did see the lair, but again, still no Spire, so he doesn't know. Not yet.
Yeah, that's right, and normally when you scout this many gases, because the Oracles did dip in the 3rd base and saw the gases at the 3rd, you know something's up. Gas has been spent somewhere, and this Ling run by actually, well, he does get in the main, and Chance, he's going to have to hold his thoughts for a moment to deal with these Lings.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, True was able to breathe a little bit here as the Lings wreak havoc in the main base. Four probes going down, a couple of pylons even, roaches are across the map, and again, what's important is that this is distracting Chance and allowing True to get into the mutas.
Yeah, that's right. True, he's safe back at home. He's got a decent drone count. We do have the Oracles even being pulled all the way back. So unless this Void Ray and patrolling, the patrolling Void Ray and the Stasis Trap manages to see the mutas, which is unlikely, he's going to be caught with his pants down here. Like, there's no cannons anywhere.
Oh yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, here we go. The mutas have arrived. Quickly checking, we do have 8 mutas on the map right now. More than enough to one-shot workers. But, oh, the Zealot just barely catches a glimpse of it. Was Chance paying attention, though?
Yeah, and this is the thing. True, he's going maximum. He's going straight into roaches. I think that this is quite a tough point. As long as True can hold this multi-prong harass and these mutas decently, do enough damage, I think he'll be in a really good spot here because he's gearing up for a max out roach attack line.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how he can do here as we do have a couple of Stalkers warp in back at home. Lings do get into the natural base. They're getting probe after probe, but Chance is not turning around. He's committing to this attack, but there are already roaches.
That's right, there's more roaches on the way, and these sentries are already out of force field. Bermuda's now dipping into the third base, actually, and there's nothing here. There's not even, there's a cannon, but it's out of range, and I think that True's playing this game masterfully.
Yeah, exactly. True completely played Chance here. We do see Chance breaking through a little bit, but again, we have nothing but roaches in production. The reinforcements are more than enough. True is going to get on top of these Immortals, and just like that, Chance's army gets completely obliterated.
Yeah, that's right. A good recall managed to save that more on the Archon, but we just see aiding workers going down there. It's kind of, it's a rough position like for Protoss. And True's not done yet. He's going to be going for a counterattack. He's still massing roaches up to 65 drones.
Yeah, exactly. He's soon to max out, and what is there at home to defend? There is one Immortal, there is one Archon, but how is that really going to hold against the tide of roaches here from True? Jesus Christ. Again, this game, unlike game number 1, this game went just how True wanted it to.
Yeah, and actually, True's going to back off here and start droning. I'm feeling comfortable maybe saying there's no fourth base. It looks like Chance now may be posturing, I don't know, maybe just checking where the roaches are, because those mutas, you know, it's kind of been flipped on its head. The Oracles and the Droids kind of gave map control a chance, but now the Protoss is in the darkness and mutas dominate the skies.
That's the problem, right? Like, once the Zerg player has map control like this, like, Chance doesn't see anything. He doesn't know where the army is. He doesn't know when it's safe to push out. He doesn't know where it's safe to expand. He's just stuck here at home. He is trying to go for some run-bys, and it does catch a couple of these roaches with some force fields. Does have a War Prism moving out across the map, so maybe with that he can get some breathing room. But until then, Chance, he's not getting a fourth base. That's just not.
Yeah, that's right. I think True's not aware of just how far ahead he is in this game. He's taking the Hydras, and he's going to be grabbing some extra upgrades as well. And meanwhile, you know, attack on one side, draw the army out, attack on the other side, and these roaches are going to get in the natural. These Phoenix that are, you know, equipped to deal with the mutas, they're just not going to be able to deal with these roaches.
Yeah, exactly. We do see Chance responding to this roach attack in the natural, and just like that, True, he can push into the third. Like, he's just pulling Chance apart, and just because of how this game has turned out, Chance just doesn't have the supply to split up his army. He just cannot contend with these two armies.
That's right, going to be trying to make a stand at the third base here. These Zealots getting some decent damage at the third base, but doesn't clean it up by the mutas and the Lings. Meanwhile, Roach is tearing him apart everywhere. Also, True is going for a Hydra transition as well, which is not a bad choice, but I think that even without the Hydras, he's just going to be able to, you know, clean up quite well.
Yeah, it's like, it's unnecessary at this point. Like, just pure Ling Roach. Yeah, he's just styling on Chance a little bit after the previous games. We do see 28, 29 plus drones going down. Oh my god, even some more sentries getting picked up. True all over the place. And as you were saying, he's getting ready for the Hydras, potentially even Lurkers if he does decide to throw that down as well. For the time being, just Ling, Bane, Hydra. And again, like, what does Chance have left? Just this meager army outside the map.
Chance, he has a chance. He's going to be taking it. He's been crushed when he sees this Hydra count. It's he hasn't got the muscular ornaments upgrade, but I think it's just not enough for. There's just too much Zerg, and I don't know if Chance is going to be able to hold Banelings as well with the Zealot slide, and he can back off, but he's got no fourth base back at home.
Yeah, feels good, man, when you see a player of the caliber of True also forget Baneling speed, and now just started. As he did notice that his Banelings were a little bit slower than he would have liked them to be, so because of that, Chance is going to survive a little bit longer. True just unfortunately forgetting a couple of upgrades here and there, but once the upgrades do kick in, like, True is free to just keep going. Like, he's maxed out, 200 supply.
Yeah, and he's not even like in a. He's on a lowest drone count, but he's got such a better economy. Like, even just trading, he'll be able to replenish that. And it looks like he wants to make quite a few Banelings to trade into. So I feel like if he manages to break this wall with those Lings, it's going to be a tough hold for Chance.
Yeah, it really is. We'll see how he does here, as a couple of Banelings are getting picked off here or there. We do have a cannon in range. We have a couple of shield batteries here at the third base, so overcharge will be available, but the slow Banes are on the way, and in 10 seconds, those slow Banes are going to have speed.
That's right, the waddling Banes. They're waddling into their natural, but when Protoss gets close, their true form is revealed. And I just think that with the Cyber then score down, the charge loss are okay, but they're not going to be able to deal with this army.
Yeah, they're not what you want against Banelings.
Yeah, normally not. Warp Prism across the map, kind of big chill. I'm surprised it's still alive, actually. But unless Tick gets an insane Disruptor hit and True gets scared.
True, let's go! Disruptor, the Nova goes off, but a little bit premature. It does not connect with the army. Feels bad, man. True, he pulls the trigger, and there's not much here left. The army collapses. And True does it. GG, he takes a 2-1 lead.
Oof, game number 3 goes to True. Yeah, another crazy game. Pretty good strategy there by True. You know, it's always risky going for an air kind of build against a Stargate opener, which we knew what it was. But also, you saw the moment he made those 8 or so mutas, he just went straight back into Roaches. He went into phase 2 of his plan. I don't know if he knew how Chance was going to react, just not. You know, he's going to get caught off guard because he didn't scout it. I'm sure True was aware of that, but he just—it's a sign of a good player, like right. Right, like just having game plan, having phase 2, phase 3, and in the end winning the game's phase 69 or whatever. I don't
What are you even saying right now?
69 phases.
Oh my god.
You understand, like, when you win a game.
Yeah, I won't understand. It's not gonna happen, mate. What are you on about? It's not. Oh god, but you're right in saying that True, like the entirety of that game, it played out the way that he wanted to. You know, like he was in complete control of that game, and that's sometimes what happens when you go for a hidden tech and it doesn't get scouted. Right, that Spire was never scouted until the mutas were already across the map. Our Protoss player Chance just wasn't ready for it.
That's right. Hopefully he's ready for this game. We have True is going to be on match point, and the next map is going to be Berlin Grad Light.
Oh, here we go. That's I'm sure, I think I've heard you say before, it's kind of like this season's Beckett. This is quite small, it's quite compact, and it can lead us to some pretty intense games.
Yeah, not only that, it can also actually lead into some longer games. You know, the base layouts, the first 5 or so bases pretty easy to hold on to. But once you get to that stage, you get a bit wacky because the bases are closer to each other. So curious to see if either player has a particular game plan in mind. No gold base again, remember? So because of that, I'm gonna say Chance wins this game. Like yeah, I wonder how to see these players knowing each other. Obviously, they play against each other on ladder. You know, Chance knew True was going to take that gold base in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing how they're going to react in this series as well, from what they've seen from their opponents.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the 12 pool. That's what I'm waiting for. Let's go.
12 pool. I'm waiting for the map to load, mate.
Yeah, unfortunately, the map is still loading, and this does kind of mean that maybe someone has disconnected. Typically when we are frozen like this, so fingers crossed. If there is an issue, we can of course remake. So don't worry, everyone. Don't worry.
Resume from replay, so the spawns are the same.
We could resume from replay. Not wrong. Not wrong. Oh god, but we'll see. Regardless, I do also hope that Chance is able to take a win here, because I would love to see an ace match between these two players. Two players that have been putting in a lot of work this year. Two of some of the most hardworking Koreans, and they have to work hard because, you know, they got to try and prove themselves. They got to try and make it here in the upcoming GSL Season 1 of 2022.
That's right, and we know like players like 3Point and Chance, they feature very prominently on ladder, but tournaments is where the results kind of matter, and tournaments is where players like these young players like Chance get their experience. You know, they kind of find their they what's the word? They manage to ground themselves.
They find their footing.
And they find their footing. Yeah, that works too. And just feel out their, you know, not only feel out their own play, but find their own weaknesses. It looks like we are gonna. Yeah, True did disconnect.
Chance disconnect. Okay, yep.
Oh, was it?
I got a True victory screen. I don't know about.
True. Sorry, I said Chance left. True left the game, so I was like,
oh good. But yes, we'll get everyone back in here. There we go. As we're remaking the lobby. But yeah, I agree. You know, that's why like these online tournaments are pretty important, I would say, right? Like you go from ladder to online tournament to offline tournament, right? You have like this kind of course of progression that you want to be taking when it comes to experience and how you're able to grow as a player. And that's why I love that these two, they're finding their own success. You know, they're here, they're in the finals, but unfortunately, there can only be one winner.
That's right, and unfortunately, it can't be me. So I don't care who wins.
It could be. You know, you could just sign up next week. You could sign up.
Let me consult Chappie. All right, let me see what.
Did he say anything? Did he message you after the games?
I sent him a message. I said I'll get angry at Light for making you sign up. But that first game was quite wild. But yeah, here we go. Light spawning in the bottom right position. He is currently down 2-1. Can he bring it back and take us to the ace match? It is the Korean Protoss. Teamless at the moment, it is Chance.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE. Not going for a 12 pool, not going for a pool first. Feels bad, man, but it's okay because he is the South Korean Zerg player. Representing himself, he has returned from the military. It is true.
True, Light. True, it is true.
True. Oh god.
This is the sign of a Zerg who's sick of Protoss, man. They take this base. I don't care. This probe is just blocking the natural.
Yeah. Fun fact, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday I raided True after I streamed, and he was playing some StarCraft. He was actually watching replays. I was like, True, teach me how to beat Protoss. He's like, no win. He's like, no, can't beat Protoss, mate. I love True.
The magic conscious spoken. Ask me later. Yeah, like we got a Cybercore before Nexus again. What do you expect? Do you think another Stargate opener? I'd like to see Chance, to be honest, just go straight for the Sky Toss. Just throw it out there, you know.
Yeah.
It can catch players off guard. We say even pro players, and True as a returning player, maybe not caught on fully how to deal with it, and Protoss hopefully will be nerfed soon. So you do it while you can.
That's the thing. Oh my god, Chance has been so annoying. He even pile up books with the True's been trying to take the third for like the past 20 seconds, and he just can't do it. Feels bad, man.
So funny. Ooh, Light. Stalker Fest.
Oh, interesting. As the Stalker is going to be able to hunt down this Overlord. So I love that we have a difference. I was about to get into the fact that Chance, unfortunately, has been pretty predictable so far in his ZvPs. He hasn't really mixed things up. He's been going for pretty similar openers and pretty similar play styles, but now he is switching things up a little bit. You know, he does at least hunt down that Overlord, but True did still spot that Twilight Council.
Yeah, and the fact that Chance threw it down right under the Overlord, I don't think he would have been able to hide it too well, but maybe he could have taken a chance and put it at his wall just to delay it a little bit, but there's also a doubt in True's mind, right? Like, why would he throw down tech like right in front of him?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you may be thinking, DT, Dark Shrine, is that what he wants to go for? Is he going to do something crazy and cancel it and then throw down a Stargate? Would he do me dirty like that?
He's going to throw down like 7 gateways and just like rally slow zealots. Oh, this Ling going to get taken. Oh, no, it's going to get away.
Yeah, Ling barely escapes. What's important is that this game, Chance is mixing things up. We do not see Glavenep's charge is on the way. He's pulled out completely from the gases. And True, he needs to get eyes on this, mate. He doesn't. Oh, he's going for his own Bane Buster.
He's getting a lot of eyes, man. A lot of eyes on the wall. That Adept is going to be. I think if he gets that Stalker, like just in the wall, you know, it becomes so much harder to break. But,
Banes are on the way.
He doesn't have the energy for a Sentry either.
Yeah. Banes are on the way. Let's go. He's going for the bust, and Chance has no idea. He doesn't see anything. He doesn't have a shield battery. He doesn't have a secondary wall. He just doesn't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see him throw out a Adept force field thing in the world just to scout, but this is not bad. The prism
Hallucination.
might
A
not
shade.
finish it.
Oh my god, the Baileys are rolling in.
Oh,
Oh god.
Oh no!
And just
And he
like,
gets the,
yeah, the Bailings bust on forward. The wall is no longer a wall. The Baileys are getting into the middle line. Oh!
Yeah, and there's a lot of zealots, and I'm not sure though if Chansey's losing so many probes here. And zealots fighting Banes. It's not great, lad.
It's not great at all. Charge isn't even done right now, so they're not going to be trading favorably at all. Meanwhile, the wall is still completely wide open. We do see a bit of a warp, and he's trying to plug up that hole. Charge finally finishes, but is it going to be enough?
Yeah, there's some very cute War Prism micro here too, but there's been so many workers lost, and Chansey's down to 12 workers. He needs to hold on. This is his last chance, but True is just rallying. Why did I say Cure?
Cure?
He's just rallying just non-stop, and the wall is still
It's still not a wall. The lanes all flood on forward, and because there is no wall, I feel like True has done it in style, mate. Even though Chance was taking a chance going for a 2-base charger all-in, True had his own all-in on the way.
Yeah, that's right. And as long as this wall is not plugged, Link's just going to keep streaming forward. But GG is called, and True is going to be our winner of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 5. 3-1. Wow.
Wow. GG, well played. True has done it. Bang Tae-Soo, for the very first time, has won his own Sparkling Tuna Cup.
Yeah, incredible. He takes it over Chance as well. Very strong showing by Chance, actually, and just not being able to scout that. Oh, the Bane bust, and yeah. Feels bad. It was kind of a build order loss, wasn't it, too? But I feel like if he got that stalk on the wall, I feel like he could have been in a better position.
Yeah, I mean, the crisis management wasn't really there. I mean, to be fair, he had very little time to react, but like getting a stalker, buying a little bit more time, plugging up that wall, getting a secondary wall with like a gateway, more pylons, like plugging it up as best you can. Unfortunately, it wasn't really there. Like, there was just a lot of chaos going on, and Chance just never saw it coming. He was like panicking a little bit. That was rough for Chance. A rough way to go out, but wow, just what a game.
Yeah, that's right. It's incredible. And as we must mention, we have a new winner today. Unfortunately, it's not the player who knocked out last week's winner, but it is True, who played pretty phenomenally throughout this tournament, I must say.
Yeah, I feel like True is probably the highest rated Zerg player that we've had regularly sign up for our tournaments. When I think of Sparkling Tuna Cup, and when I think of Terrans, I think of Byun. When I think of Zerg, I think True. And when I think of Protoss, I think Geralt. But with the absence of some of these other races, True was able to take advantage of it. And it wasn't an easy road. Like, Chance still put up a really strong fight. But True was able to prove himself here, was able to prove to everyone that, hey, he may have been gone for a long time, but he is back, and he's looking to make a splash.
Yeah, he's still got the chops, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And as we mentioned, it's just the beginning. He's only been back for a short amount of time. Hopefully he's played a few times already. I like to see him become a regular, and hopefully next week defend his title.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to see him take a crack at the European Protosses as well, because we did take note of it. A lot of our European regulars weren't here this week. Art was here, but Geralt was missing, Arrowfire was missing, Bratok wasn't here either. I don't blame them. Obviously, Katowice was a really long week, and I'm sure it was very exhausting for a lot of people. And I know people are still traveling as well. So maybe they're gonna make their return and vie for that #1 spot once again.
Yeah, I'd like to mention Kuro in the chat saying that winning the Sparkling Tuna Cup was True's goal after he got to the finals once. So he wanted to go all the way, and he managed to do it. So, and we have to add, Sparkling Tuna Cup, there's some, as you mentioned, there's a few players that are missing, but there's some very strong players. I reckon the majority of these players that signed up are at least Korean Masters, let alone Korean Grandmaster. Definitely, it's a very strong kind of bracket. So
yeah,
it's good for the morale. Chance as well, unfortunate, but also he'll probably feel like he'll be hungry. There's one step away, and taking games like this, sometimes you can get kind of trashed in the finals, and it can hurt your morale a bit. But when you actually have decent games, as we saw, and even taking a game, there's that little, what if I played a little bit better, and it can drive him as well. So I'd like to see Chance. I'd like to see both these players actually get picked up on a team as well. Come on, guys. But yeah, best of luck to both players.
Yeah, I support, like, I back everything that you just said. A massive shout out to the fact that Chance, he 2-0'd Art, which was a great result as well. Like, it wasn't an easy road for him to get here to the finals either. And I do hope that they find like a nice team to stay with as well. I know right now, I imagine teams are waiting for World Team League to start again. And that's when players are going to start getting picked up. Teams like Prep Esports, Good Game Gaming, Dragon
Cranky
Phoenix, Cranky Ducklings. I know a lot of teams are waiting for this season to pick up because it is still the start of a new year, and the World Finals just finished up for 2021, so things are still picking up. GSL still is around the corner as well, so yeah, I know teams are currently looking at players to see what they can do, ourselves included. Like, we have our own pro team. We're looking at maybe expanding into the Korean market, but I will say that the Cranky Ducklings needs to grow a little bit first. The Koreans, they're not cheap. they're not cheap.
There's only so many back rubs that Light can offer.
Yeah, Chase knows all about that.
Yeah. How do you think I got on Mind Freak?
What? Say no. What did you do? Oh, God.
But yes, another successful tournament underway. Pretty early finished, not the latest. Yes.
You say that, but we started off with game 1 being a 50-minute long game. Like,
that's why I said not the longest, because I'm so optimistic after that first game.
True.
But, yeah, that was a wild game. Good to see Chappie sign up.
Yeah,
it's always good to see players who kind of they're like on the they're good, but you don't really get to see them all that often. So it's good to see some of these players. And Chappie played incredible in that first game too. So
yeah, like I just want everyone to !be in the chat. Like, I'm so proud of this bracket just because, like, this is what we wanted, right? Like, we have representation from Southeast Asia and Oceania, we have a little bit of Europe, and we have a lot of, like, the up and coming Koreans. Chance, 3 Point, Rebellion, Lunacy, Honmono. Like, these are the guys that I'm looking at. This is like the future of Korean StarCraft. These are the guys that are looking to break into the scene, and it's cool to see them all show up week after week.
Yeah, it's a very multicultural bracket, actually. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, we have some Eastern European representation, Western European. Yeah, you got Southeast Asia, Korea. It's awesome, and it's great seeing how diverse. A lot of these players, they're not the tip top. Of course, the players are coming back from IA and Katowice, but it's good seeing them have the chance to kind of express themselves both kind of as a player and as well as their play styles, because some players have some pretty interesting play styles, I must say. So only problem, didn't really see too many Terrans, but hopefully next week that will change.
No, don't worry. We don't want no Terrans here. I agree. Hopefully we get a little bit more Terran representation in the future. I'm sure Beyond's gonna be here as soon as possible. Let's be real. Like, Beyond wants his weekly paycheck, and Katowice got in the way for the past couple of weeks, but I'm sure he'll return. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching. !Matcherino in the chat if you want to have a look at the Matcherino page. We don't have any codes, but it is there and it is available to you if you want to support the tournament, if you want to boost the prize pool. The players would appreciate it. All the prize money on Matcherino goes directly to the players, and if we even reach a certain goal, then it does even kind of leak down to the 3rd and 4th place matches as well. So they also earn a little bit of money on top of that. So yeah, that's available to you if you want. And with that, Chase, before we head off, before we close the show, who are you? Who the hell are you?
I think if people don't know who I am by now, they don't want to know who I am. So You can find me on Twitter at light_VIP. I am a half Peruvian, half Australian chicken salt hater. Yeah. And who are you, Light?
Shaking my head. Exclamation mark Jackson Calvi on Twitter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, if you wanna have a look at what Chase has to offer, he's a bit of a memer on social media, and you should @ him and make sure he tweets more often, because the world could
Good
do
luck.
the world could do with a little bit more Chase out there. No, but yeah, check Chase out. Like he's an Australian Zerg player. He's pretty damn good. He competes in things like ANZ Pro League. He represents the region. And he's a great
I'm not
guy.
coming back, Light.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's gonna be there in the next season of ANZ Champs as well. He's known for having his cat and his player photo, and he's known for like switching like clan tags and stuff like. He's a great guy.
Co-parter, Light. Co-parter. But no, yeah, thank you. And Light always casting all these tournaments to Cranky Ducklings. I don't have to thank Kuro, because Kuro didn't do anything. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She was the admin today. What are you on about?
I know. Yeah. Okay, Light. I'll thank Kuro.
God damn.
All right. But yes, everyone at Cranky Ducklings, you know, these cups, they're not cheap. You know, they take a lot of time, and they also take a bit of money in the prize pool. So, thank you, Light, for taking the time to support these players and everyone behind the scenes as well. And you viewers as well, obviously, you know, great support as always. Yeah. We're glad you're here instead of playing Legend of Twilight. We're really glad you support the players and support the streams.
Yeah, and if you guys want to tune in and join us for a bit of a Legend of Twilight marathon watch party, then you can join us on Discord. You know, we're going to be here Chilean as best we can. And yeah, we're on Discord, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out on all the social medias if you want to tune into the Cranky Ducklings. Our next broadcast is going to be in a couple of days. It's going to be Friday with our amateur tournament. Steel Mold is going to be casting that with his puppets. So yes, be sure to tune into that.
The puppets is the best part. I can't wait.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I want to apologize to everyone as well, because this channel has been a little bit inactive for the past week. A lot of that is because of IEM. We did end up casting IEM, at least day one, and we watched the rest of it, and we were absolutely destroyed. So we weren't able to cast some tournaments over the past couple of days. So I do apologize. We didn't get to cast ESL Open Cup Asia, or Sentimiento Latino, or Duckling Open. But we are going to be coming back now that IEM is done. We are going to go back to our regular scheduled broadcasts, and there's going to be plenty of StarCraft here. With that, Chase, do you have anything else you want
Nah. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for watching, everyone. There's a shout out to True. Give True some love. He's streaming right now. We're going to give him a cheeky raid, and we'll see you guys next time.